I'm going to show you how to make this super cute quilted fabric box. You're going to need 3 different types of fabric: an exterior fabric, an interior fabric, and some batting. From all 3 of your fabrics, you're going to cut 5 pieces each of a 4.5 by 4.5 inch square. And then for this trim, from the interior fabric, you're going to cut a 2 by 16.5 inch rectangle. You're going to cut two 2 by 16.5 inch rectangles. We always start out with ironing our fabrics before cutting and sewing. After both of your fabrics have been ironed, you're going to cut out 5 squares of each, plus the 2 strips of interior fabric for the trim. Now we'll make the stencil for the trim. On a piece of paper, draw a 2 by 4 inch rectangle, then add grid lines every inch. At the bottom, make 2 peaks by connecting the corners. We're going to cut the stencil out not using fabric scissors and trace it onto a piece of the trim. Leave a 1/4 inch between the edge of the fabric and the beginning of the stencil. Trace the peaks, then move it 1 over and trace again, all the way down. It should leave a 1/4 inch of space at the end, too. Make sure to do this on the wrong side of the fabric. Now, using any kind of marker, we're going to make some grid lines on the batting by going from one corner to the other and just using the width of the ruler. We're going to pin the batting to the exterior fabric and sew over the grid lines. You don't need to worry about backstitching right now. Do this for all 5 of your batting and fabric pairs. You should now have 5 quilted squares of your exterior fabric. And then we're just gonna snip off all of this extra so that it sews together really nicely. Now, by sewing right sides together, you're going to make a plus sign out of the squares, like so. All sewing from here on out will require a 1/4 inch seam allowance and backstitching. Only sew from here to here, from this seam to this seam. Same with this, only sew from here to here. Now we'll sew the sides together to make the box shape. Now we can fold it right side out and save it for later. Make sure to really get the corners pushed out. We'll do the same thing with the interior fabric squares, sewing them into a plus sign and then a box. The only difference is that when sewing it into a box, you're going to leave one of the sides with a 2-inch gap. So we're not going to sew in the center there. Now for the trim. Layer your pieces right sides together and pin. Then you'll just sew over the zigzag line that you drew earlier. When your needle reaches the peaks, lift your presser foot and turn the fabric. When it's all sewn, you're going to cut off the excess. Snip the tips of the peaks and the valleys. But be careful not to snip the thread. Turn it right side out and use the point of your closed scissors to push the corners out. It may look a bit wonky, but that's okay. Now we're going to iron it. To make it a full circle, pin the right sides of the ends together and sew. To assemble the whole box, line the raw edge of the trim with the raw edge of the quilted box and pin. Then put the pair into the interior box. Make sure the seams of this box are on the outside and that the right sides are all touching. Line up the raw edges of all 3 pieces and pin together. Also line up the corner seams of the boxes. Sew around the edge. Remember that gap that we left on the side of the interior box? We're going to pull the whole thing out through that hole. To sew that hole shut, we're just going to fold the raw edges in and sew. Fold the trim over and iron the edges flat. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I hope you find it in you to make one of these or a couple of them. They're perfect gifts for the holidays. Fill them up with little trinkets and stuff and give them away. Anyways, please like and subscribe for more content like this.